October 16th marks the first annual Justice Max Baer Memorial Fund golf outing. It'll be at Valleybrook Country Club. In addition to raising funds to support the Justice Max Baer Memorial Fund and furthering Justice Baer's dreams of helping the children in our community, the event will be a great way to celebrate the memory of Justice Baer and all he did for Pennsylvania and the Allegheny County court system. I sat down with Mark Baer, the owner of Budd Baer, to talk more about Max as well as the event that's happening on the 16th. So let's start with, who was Justice Max Baer and what was he all about?
So we'll start with the simple part. He was my big brother. He is always passionate about children and families. From the time we were kids, family meant everything. He was a camp counselor. He ran a camp in St. Louis, Missouri, another one in Morgantown, and he became a lawyer. Then he decided he wanted to become a judge, and he spent almost 3 years campaigning. When he won in Allegheny County, the governor called him and asked him to please not run against him because he got more votes than anybody had ever gotten. He went from there, got involved in the family division. He went on to become the head of the family division. And during that journey, he realized that there were a lot of children that didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel, was the way he wanted to put it. The first one that he told me about was a young man who had been in front of him and always getting in trouble. And he was like 16 years old. He says, go get a job somewhere. Right? You get in trouble after school. A little while later, he's back in front of him for stealing a bike. And Max said, what are you doing? I told you to get a job. He says, Your Honor, I got a job as a courier. But in order to deliver, I needed a bike. My family couldn't afford a bike. They weren't going to get me a bike. So every day on my way to work, I would borrow a bike out of a side yard. They caught me putting it back. I wasn't really stealing it. I was borrowing it. And Max thought to himself, nowhere in the entire system is there any place to buy this kid a bike or do anything for anyone to enrich their lives that are in this situation, whether it be intellectual, family, foster care kids, whatever it may be. So he brought this kid a bike out of his garage, but he started the Allegheny County Music Festival Fund. And one of the unique things about it is 100% of the proceeds go to the fund. It has helped thousands of kids over the past approximately 30 years. And everybody is a volunteer from A to Z. The county pays for the band. It's out at Heartwood Acres. And it got rained out a couple years ago. And during this 30 years, Max came up with the idea of it doing a political comedy night. As we all know, that's not a real good thing to do right now. Everybody had a lot of fun while it worked, but funds are getting very low. So after Max passed away last October 1st, the family and friends came up with the idea of creating a memorial fund in Max's name and keeping this going, along with some other things that we'll talk about next year. This year, we're going to concentrate on the Music Festival Fund. We're having a golf outing on October 16th at Valleybrook Country Club. If you'd like to golf, please sign up. Go to Justice Max Baer Memorial Fund. You'll find a website there. You can sign up. If you'd just like to make a donation, you can do that. And remember, 100% of the money is going right to the fund. Unless you're golfing, obviously.
October 16th marks the first annual Justice Max Baer Memorial Fund golf outing. What goals are you looking to achieve with the outing?
We're going to try to raise as much money as we can. I was asked by the accountant who set up our 501c3, how much money do you think you're going to raise? I said somewhere between 20 grand and $1 million. We have no idea, but our goal is to get as much as we can. And if we have more than the fund needs, there are other charities Max started that we can help fund some things for.
What do you want people to take away from this event and also Max's legacy?
How important it is to have kids that are educated, well-rounded,
He
and a
changed
family
their
that
lives.
cares about them and works with them. I'll tell another quick story. Max says to me, I want to run for Supreme Court. I said, how much more money do you make? He said, like $3,000 or $4,000. I said, how much does that cost? He says, like $1.2 million, $1.4 million. I said, I'm a businessman. I can tell you that's not a good deal. Why would we want to do that? He says, because when I die, if it says on my headstone, make Pennsylvania a better place for children and families, that's all I care about. So obviously we went to work. I want to thank all the people who volunteer to make this function and work well, and wish all the kids well who it affects, and hopefully it makes a difference in their lives. And I can tell you that Max had people come back and thank him, even though when he was a judge, he wasn't allowed to be involved in raising money. But they thanked him because they knew he was involved from the beginning. And he had kids that when he had them in front of him at court, at a retirement dinner they had, 3 siblings came back to thank him, how he changed their lives.
To sign up to attend or sponsor the event, or to donate to the fund, visit justicemaxbaermemorialfund.com.